Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Treacle, also known as Horror Fan for Life. And this evening I'm doing something a little special. I wanted to talk about one of my favorite horror franchises. And there are a lot of horror franchises out there. My personal favorite of all time is Friday the 13th. But this next one I'm going to be talking about is fantastic. And it started all with the director James Wan, who's gone on to do some really good movies here. Um, Sorry about the camera there. But the franchise I want to be talking about is the Saw franchise. Now, this started in 2004, and the first run of movies had 7 in the series. We had one each year and every October from 2004 to 2010. And when the 7th movie came out, it was a perfect ending to the franchise, and I didn't think we'd get any more. In 2017, we get Jigsaw. I'm really excited. They decided to do another movie, and I really hope we get some more sequels. But let's dive into this franchise. The first movie, Saw, came out in 2004, and despite the financial success, it only had a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that is the highest of the franchise, which is just sad because this movie has one of the best endings to a movie I've ever seen, especially for the horror genre. I love this ending. The third act alone is really intense, suspenseful, full of thrills, and it's just a crazy ride to the finish of this movie. And if you haven't seen the Saw franchise, there's a killer. His real name is John Kramer, but he's named the Jigsaw Killer or just Jigsaw. And what he does is he kidnaps people and puts them in situations where they have to fight for their lives and fight to or find the will to live and do ungodly things to themselves to try and stay alive. A lot of the things that go on in these movies are just so crazy and out there, but I like to put myself in that situation as well, just to see what I would do. And when I'm watching these movies at home or when I watch them in theaters, I would think, what would I do in that situation? And I got to tell you, most of the time, the situations in these movies, I wouldn't even attempt because it'd just be too much. But the killer in this movie, he's not actually killing them himself. They're doing it to themselves. He's just putting them in that situation. But technically, he still is murder. And I love the character of Jigsaw. I like the doll that comes on the little tricycle, and he has that deep voice. It sounds like this: "We're gonna play a game." I love that voice, and John Kramer's character, played by Tobin Bell, is great. And there are talks of them doing a 9th film, and Tobin Bell is on board. He said he would do these movies till the day he dies or till they no longer want to cast him. He said actors act, and he said he wants to do them as long as he could, or as long as they're going to do the movies. So, and I'm all in favor of that. I love his character. Uh, these movies were distributed by Lionsgate, produced by Twisted Pictures, and created by James Wan and Leah Whannell, respectively. These movies, despite the bad reviews from critics, as I said, the first movie had a 49%, and the least amount of Rotten Tomato percentage is 9% for the 7th movie. Overall, the average Rotten Tomato score for this franchise is 29%. And we didn't even get one fresh score, which is just crazy in my opinion. The first movie especially is just fantastic. And this franchise has had its share of stars too. Carrie Elways, Donnie Wahlberg, just to name a few. And these movies get better as far as intense wise and thrill wise as they go on. There's a lot of twists and turns in these movies, and a lot of backstabbing, and a lot of things you didn't see coming. And the holy crap factor for this franchise is the seventh one. And when the ending happens and it's revealed, I couldn't believe my eyes of what happened. And I love this franchise for that. There's always something else or someone else involved in these movies that you didn't know nothing about until you see it in flashbacks. And I love this franchise, and I'm really looking forward to a ninth movie. As far as my scores for these movies, I gave the first movie, original Saw and Saw 7, a 10 out of 10. Saw 2, 3, 6, and Jigsaw got 9 out of 10s. And Saw 4 and 5 got 8 out of 10s. So overall, I really loved all these movies. And as I said, if you haven't watched them all, you're really missing out. And I can understand why some people don't like the movies because of the torture and everything. But people just got to remember, it's just a movie. It's a character doing a movie, and that's it. Same thing with What's Eating Gilbert Grape and all these other movies that deal with certain topics and everything. It's just fantastic. But the Saw franchise has made a lot of money despite the negative reviews. In the U.S. box office, it has $453 million made. Overseas, another $522 million. And worldwide, all 8 of these movies have made $976 million. And that is on a budget of $77 million for these 8 movies. And it's just crazy. $899 million that these movies have made. And it's just crazy. But they're going to keep pumping them out as long as people watch them and support them. And despite the Rotten Tomatoes scores, people seem to love this franchise. They drift right to it. The main character, Jigsaw, played by Tobin Bell, is phenomenal. And this is just a great series. But other than that, that is my take on the Saw franchise. I love this franchise. Saw 3 made $164 million. That is the most individually for one of these movies. The least amount is $68 million, and that is for Saw 6. But at the same time, it made a lot of movies, money from rentals. It still made a huge profit. Saw 6 did. It cost $11 million to make, and it made $68 million. So, really no issue. Danny Glover, Carrie Elwes starred in the first movie. We'll see Carrie again throughout the franchise as we go on. I really wish some other high-profile names would have been in these movies, but despite that, these are fantastic horror movies, and I highly recommend that you check them out. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to add. There are, like I said, there are talks of them doing another Jigsaw movie. I really hope we get it. I hope Rupert can survive the the ordeal too. I was watching Family Guy in the background. Rupert had gone missing. But like I said, this is a great franchise. In the comment section below, give me your thoughts and opinions on the Saw franchise. And let me know which one is your favorite sequel. Okay, my favorite movie in the franchise is the original Saw. But which one is your favorite sequel? To me, Saw 7 is my favorite sequel. Because I love how it all comes to an end. And I love what happens in Saw 7. It's a great twist. And just a fun time. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching. and check you later.